Okay, now let's take a look at some functionality for the agents. So for our agent commands, these are all the things we can do. Something simple is like send a text message to another device. This was like my original botnet research. So I'll just send it to the third phone and say like, hi Georgia, or something like that. Or hiya Georgia. Of course, we could also send a link so you could, grab their contacts list and send the agent to all of them as well. Kind of mess with this circle of trust. So here's our third phone, and we should get a message from 5556. Sure enough, we did. So this looks like it came directly from that center phone, the one that has the agent, but it's not in the sent folder anywhere. Come on, pull down, there we go. So hiya Georgia, a pretty simple example there. It was like the first functionality I built. Do some other things. Let's see, how about get installed apps list. Alright, so let's grab all of the apps that are on there. That's weird. So it'll just get a list of all the installed applications. So what we'll do after that is actually pull an app off the device so we can reverse engineer it. So if we can see any like company apps that we might want to use as a potential agent, might be able to find some vulnerabilities in it. So we can actually pull the entire APK off the phone and then start reverse engineering it with our application security tools. This will take a minute. The phones aren't particularly quick about this sort of stuff. The SMS is going to be pretty much instantaneous, though the 5554 phone has to check in with SPF and then send the text message, but it should be received nearly instantaneous with whatever lag there is for text messaging. But the HTTP, it is only going to check in periodically, naturally, so we don't run the battery down or otherwise let anyone know that we're sending a bunch of communication. It's meant to look like normal usage. So once we've given it enough time, we go to 3, view information gathered, tell it we want agents. It also keeps track of all the client-side attacks and such. Give it the agent we want. Currently there's nothing there, so we haven't waited quite long enough. So we'll sit around for a little bit and then try again. Not yet. There we go. So there's all our packages. So that's every application that's installed on there, and it's got them by their full package name, com.android.exchange or whatever it is. So the Android ones would be built into. There's our com.abc.abc news is on there. We could take some from this list, and like here's the Maps application. My original example before I started using ABC News, in fact, was the Android apps. And then I had to be on the news, so it was a local ABC News program, so I just used their app and have been using it ever since. So if we go back to send commands to an agent, and now we can do upload APK 16. We can actually pull that. That shows us the list again. So it allows us to upload the entire application, so we can just grab it off the phone, steal it, if you will. Alright, and if we give that a little bit of time, we should be able to pull that application. We don't cover application security in this course, but if you do study Android application security, you'll see how you can reverse engineer this and install it on an emulator or a test phone and run some tests against it. You could also, of course, use it as an agent, so we could run it through our backdoor we saw in the previous video and turn it into an agent as well. Send it to some other people from the contacts list. This is just some of the things you can do. You see, I mean, there's a lot more stuff on here, and once you start bringing in like execute command, we can run a lot of things. We can download things onto the device, pull things off the device, so we can run nmap. We'll see that in the next video. Use SPF to pivot onto another device, Windows device actually. So you can do a lot with it. I mean, I just have some things built in to make it easier. Like run nmap is really just 3 commands together. Download nmap, run nmap, so execute command, and then upload results, upload file. So let's go back to our information gathered and see if we have an app. App is currently blank, so we still have to wait a little bit more. Phones can be a bit tedious. So surprisingly, if I do the SMS shell, so it has an option where it can have you pivot and then you can actually do it through SMS, have the shell come back. That's actually pretty fast. It really only delays a couple of seconds. Let's try this again. There we go. So root smartphone pins framework console maps.apk. So we open up another terminal and actually take a look at that. We have maps.apk, so we have grabbed the entire application off the phone, so we can do any reverse engineering we like, etc.